Before I set out each day on my travels, I make sure that I've got everything ready to go inside the vehicle. So I've got the Bluetti AC180 solar charging unit down here in the passenger seat area. That's great in being able to charge while I'm driving and charge all my various devices, but itself needs to be charged as well. So what I do is while I'm driving, I plug it into the 12-volt cigarette lighter here, and I let that charge all day long. It's a pretty slow charge while it's plugged into DC, but if you've got it plugged into AC, it charges super fast. I don't have access to a lot of AC outlets around, and when I do, believe me, I plug it in right away. So this is going to take care of all my charging needs during the day. And at nighttime, I normally plug things in. I take this thing into the camper, sits right next to the bed, and I got all my stuff that I'm charging up: camera batteries, iPhone batteries, you know, my Garmin InReach, the drone batteries, and so on. It's great for that. And sometimes I'll forget to plug something in, or during the day I'll be using up a lot of power on things like drone batteries or GoPro batteries. I want to make sure that that is being charged while I drive. As soon as the battery runs out, boom, it's in here to be charged, even if it's the only thing that requires charging. So I've got one little plug set up here with a couple of USB outlets on it, and the white one here, that's just for my Garmin InReach, and I'll just plug that in to any one of the 4 sockets that are here. And if I need the Garmin charge, it's charged right now, so I don't really need to have that plugged in. But I'll let that dangle there just in case it does sort of run low during the day. And this is for my GoPro. I can charge 2 batteries at the same time, so that'll just sit there or dangle off the side. And I've also got my iPhone charger sitting somewhere. Here it is. And I'll have that plugged in, because that's the one that's going to get used the most. And so what I'll do is I'll leave this thing plugged into my iPhone. This is my charging station that I have in the camper, and every night I charge all of my devices. My 2 DJI drones get charged, my iPhone, my laptop, I've got my Garmin InReach, my GoPro batteries, and my regular batteries for my flashes that I use when I do photography. This is all going at the same time as it's actually plugged into AC. I'm in a campsite with AC in it right now, and so it's charging. So you can see I've got right here, I've got about 1200 watts going in. I have about 140 somewhere around there going out, and right now it's at 80% battery capacity. And it will take, at this rate, 0.3 hours to fully charge this to 100%, but then it's going to continue to draw power while I'm charging these devices. Really super handy to have when you're doing a road trip or you're a photographer and you just absolutely need power to charge your batteries. Now, I can actually be charging batteries, obviously, while I'm driving as well. I can just plug this into a cigarette lighter. It charges a lot slower, only at about 100 watts per hour, something like this, compared to the 1200 watts that's going into it right now. So, you know, you can be plugged in an 8-hour day and maybe get about 50–60% additional battery power. It's not the most efficient, but you do have a solar backup panels, which I have a 200 watts solar panel. I haven't hooked it up for the last couple of weeks, but I did use it one time, and it charges, I think, at a rate of about 120 to 140 watts an hour. Even though it's rated for 200 watts, they're only about 80% efficient. That is charging my solar charger, which is not on solar right now, it's on AC. Very versatile kind of unit, and has been an absolute blessing to have on this trip, as you know. So if you ever need power when you're in the backcountry or you're off-grid, get yourself a solar charger, folks. Highly recommended.